before we start mixing our dough or our batter, we're just going to take some cherries and throw it in a pan. I use frozen black cherries. And this is we're just gonna cook it down into like a compo slash jam type of, well, I'll just use it all. A compo type jam texture, which we're gonna put on top of the pancakes instead of maple syrup. So I'm also gonna add a little bit of water to that and just let it hang out. So we're just letting it cook on a medium heat. We'll just leave it there. Now onto our pancake batter. You need 3 eggs, a tablespoon of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of honey, 1 cup of cottage cheese, half a cup of whole wheat flour, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and that's it. So let's break our eggs. And of course I got a shell in there. If you ever get a shell in your eggs, just wet your finger with some water, go in and grab it. If you don't wet your finger, that shell will just keep running away from you and you're not going to catch it as easy. Okay. Today I'm having issues with breaking eggs. The other one. Okay. And I'm going to add in my honey at this point just so I get it nicely incorporated. Actually, you know what? I said 2 tablespoons of honey, but I think I'm just going to do 1 tablespoon since I'm doing the vanilla extract. I'll just add it into this one. Oops. Just slightly less than a tablespoon since I splashed it in there. And then, oh, I need a whisk. Okay, our SD card was full, so I just changed it. So now we'll just whisk up our eggs. And then our cottage cheese. Once that's incorporated, we'll just drop in our flour and baking powder and mix. Alright, so this is the texture that we're looking for. It's just, you'll be able to drop it in. Slightly runny, it'll be slightly thick. It's going to be, yeah, just be able to drop it in. So let me get a spoon. We've switched back over to the stove. The strawberries are nice and soft, so we're just going to give them a little, sorry, not strawberries, cherries. A little squish with the spoon. Just to get them going some more. Okay, and just leave that to just simmer in its own juices and sugars. We didn't add any extra sugar to that. And now we've moved over to our pan, which I have at a low to medium heat. So on my dial it is between a 2 and a 3. So you're just going to take some of your pancake mix and just spoon it in. Oh, this is going to be a really big one. That's okay, because these pancakes are super filling. The first time we made it, we tried to have 2, thinking 2 would be fine because that's what usually we have, 2 pancakes. 2 was way too much, so actually 1 pancake is more than enough for us for breakfast. So we are going to have leftovers for another day. They do heat up quite well the next day. You just have to wrap it up and leave it in the fridge. As you can see, our stove is covered in foil wrap. We actually just refoil this every month and a half to 2 months, depending on the condition of the stove. We do refoil the stove just to help keep it clean. We are in a rental. We don't want to give everything back the way we found it. And it's just so much easier because like the elbow grease that goes in once things kind of spill over and kind of catch on the stove is just, it's a little too much for us, so we foil wrap ours. So I will leave a link in the description box to the video where we've foiled wrapped the stove. You can check that out just in case you are interested. Keeping in mind, foil wrapping only works on gas stoves, not on electric stoves. Okay, we're ready to flip our pancakes. You know they're ready when you start getting these little holes on the top. So we just take it, and then, so you're going to see that it's pretty dark. It actually is not burnt. It doesn't taste burnt. It just seems to get dark, but it doesn't have that burnt taste, which is good. So you'll just leave that to cook for a couple minutes. We'll give our cherries another stir. So they are cooking down quite beautifully. I might actually turn them off at this point. You like them a little chunky, right? Or you want them more smooth? Smooth? Okay, so you can turn them off at this point if you do like the chunky cherries in it, but my husband likes it smoother, so we are going to cook it down a little bit more. I'll probably just end up turning them off when all the pancakes are done. Take a look at the other side. Nice and fluffy. And that is one. And on to the other pancake. Okay, so now we're just going to serve our pancake. Again, 1 pancake is super filling. So we only have 1. It's up, if you can go for more, then 2 is fine as well. It's up to you, but we've got our cherries that have been cooked down. And we're just going to serve it on top. You want more than that? Okay. That's all that he wants. So I'm just going to show you what the inside looks like. So they are really, they feel heavy when you hold one. But that's because of the cottage cheese, but they are very light and airy. And there's the inside of them. Got a little cottage cheese bits, and it's just nice and fluffy. You've got the sweetness with the cherries. Yeah, so this is our pancakes. If you like this video, please go ahead and give us a thumbs up. For more recipes, healthier recipes, please subscribe and stay tuned.